trying to sort this out now. Oh, that's strange. Dear me. Okay. I don't know what's gone wrong there. Come on now. He always does this
Always,
sometimes.
always said about computers.
Yeah, I know. I know. Anyway, let me just switch this off. Let's see if it comes on. Okay. Sorry about this, bruv.
That's all right, no probs.
This is one of the
If necessary, I can talk to a blank screen.
All right. So we'll make a start anyway while I try to sort this out. So do you want to do the this segment's introduction, please?
Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome back, people, to the second segment of our football referee today. We've been talking about all things Premier League, really, this past weekend, and we'll be looking at some of the Champions League matches which are or have taken place or still to take place, and also a quick look at the WSL for the changes they're making at the end of this season into the numbers into their, as I say, WSL Women's Super League. So I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Welcome back to the second segment of the football referee. Now, we do apologize for this, the problems with the visuals on my side, but nevertheless, the show must go on. Right, so we're just gonna look at what Bruv just said about the WSL. Do you wanna talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. The Women's Super League. And I remember actually the last few days seeing a goal, actually by Crystal Palace. They are in the Women's Super League number 2. I think it was called their Championship, but it's now called WSL2. And Crystal Palace, the Palace women are about halfway up the division, very much hoping for promotion to the WSL at the end of the season. And the Palace ladies, they beat Birmingham at the weekend. I think it was 3-0, so it was a good result. Birmingham, I think, were top. Now, what's going to happen at the end of this season? At the moment, there are 10 sides in the WSL, in the top Women's Super League. Well, they're going to increase it to 12 sides at the end of this season in the way that they're arranging promotion and relegation. Previously, one team has gone down from WSL to WSL2 and one team has come up. So it doesn't give too much opportunity for promotion or relegation, in a sense, in those numbers. Well, they're going to increase the number of teams to 12 in the WSL, as I say, from 10. So at the end of this season, the top 2 teams in the WSL2 will be promoted automatically, which will then create those extra 2 teams. And I'm just thinking about how I'm saying this as I go along. There will be a playoff between the third team in the WSL2 and the bottom team in WSL1. So we can just to summarize that, the top 2 teams in WSL2 will go up. They will go up. So at that point, there will be 12 teams for next season in the WSL. But there has to be a resolution to who's going to come down or stay in the WSL2. So the third team, as I say, WSL2 will play team, as I say, WSL2 will play the bottom team in the WSL. Now, whoever loses that will stay down in, or will go to WSL2, if I made that clear. Either one to the team in the WSL will be relegated, or they will be saved if they beat the third team in the WSL2. So it's a structural change. I'm not sure how and when, excuse me, they will maintain the numbers lost in the WSL2. Whether the
Right.
same thing's going to happen at the bottom of that league, I haven't looked into that at this stage. I
Right.
imagine something similar will happen, so that at least 10 will be kept in WSL2. So it does mean from next season, the Women's Super League will have 12 teams. And I gather the ongoing expectation and hope is that they will increase that, to a reasonable level. I don't know, maybe 14, 16 teams in the next few years, depending on how the game grows, and so on. But that's going to be the change for the end of this season and for next.
Right. Wow. That's yeah, because I, according to my understanding, they only have 10, don't they? So
That's right.
yeah,
Yep.
so the changes would be that they would have two more teams. Now, how would they determine these two added teams? Do we know?
Well, yeah, I just explained that, haven't I? It's the top two
Right. So
teams
yeah,
from WSL2, which,
yeah,
as I say, it's a
right.
bit confusing because
It
I
is, yeah,
understand they just changed. I think they've changed the name of what was the Championship, because they followed
yeah,
the Premier League and the Championship. Well, apparently now they say the top league is Women's Super League, WSL, WSL1, and then the league below, which was the Championship, is now
yeah,
WSL2. So the
right,
top two teams at the end of this season, whoever gets the top two places, they will automatically, a bit like our own Premier the men's leagues, the top two teams will go up automatically into the WSL, the main WSL league. But somebody might still come down from that league, depending on whether the team that finishes third in the
yeah,
WSL2 beats the bottom team in the WSL1 in a playoff. I don't know whether that's two legs or a single leg, probably a single leg playoff.
right,
And whoever loses that will either be relegated if it's the previous WSL team, or promoted if it's the team from WSL2.
yeah,
So you see, that will make sure then you've got 12 teams in the top league. And
yeah,
basically the two added to that will be the top two of the WSL2.
yeah. I can imagine eventually they'll have 20 like the Premier Leagues.